Hi there. Our next thing we're going to look at in terms of percentages are reverse percentages. And another way I look at this is about called finding the original amount. So a question might say a DVD has gone up by 20% to £6. What was it before? Now I'd like us to think about that. So something has gone up by 20% to give 6. So thinking back to what we've done in earlier videos, how do I add on 20%? Well, what I do is I would times by 1.20 because it's the same as finding 120%. And remembering that percent means divide by 100, so 120% means 120 divided by 100, which is 1.20 equals 6. Now, in terms of good practice and being able to find out what the question mark is here, I would say if the question mark's being times by 1.20 and I don't want it to be times by 1.20, I'm going to divide both sides by 1.20. So what I end up with, they undo each other because they're inverse operations, they do the opposite of each other. And then I've got to do 6 divided by 1.20. I've got 6 divided by 1.20 and that equals 5. So my answer is £5. The DVD originally cost £5 before it was put up by 20%. Let's have a look at a slightly more complicated one. In a sale, or let's say what's off in the sale. In a 15% off sale, let's have something a bit more expensive. A coat, which is an expensive coat, costs £170. What should it cost? So it's not in the sale. What should it cost? So slightly different question here because the original amount has gone down by 15%. And that's going to give me 170. So I'm thinking, right, back to that earlier work. To reduce something by 15%, I'm taking 15% off the whole. The whole is 100%. So it's the same as finding 85% because 15 from 100 is 85. And 85% means 85 divided by 100. So 85 divided by 100 is 0.85. And then thinking about good maths, I'm going to do an inverse operation. So in order to stop what I'm finding being times by 0.85, I'm going to divide by 0.85. And I have to do that to both sides. So the idea of the inverse operation, cancelling that out there, so I get my question mark is left with 170 divided by 0.85 gives you £200. And that's what the coat would cost if it wasn't in the sale. So this DVD has gone up, so I've added 20%. So the original price was times by 1.20. That follows on from what we've done before. In order to undo being times by 1.20, I have to divide by 1.20 because they're the opposite operations. If you times, you go one way, divide takes you back to where you started. So being good maths, we have to do the same thing to both sides. So I have to do 6 divided by 1.20, and that gives me the £5. In here, the sale had reduced the coat's cost by 15%. The original cost was 100%. If I take 15% off that, I get 85%. 85% means 85 divided by 100, which is 0.85. So times it by 0. The original price times 0.85 would be 170. The inverse operation of times is divide. So I have to divide both sides by 0.85. They cancel each other out. 170 divided by 0.85 is £200. I hope that's fairly self-explanatory, but look out for this word original. That is really, really key to these questions, and that word is used so much. Okay, hopefully you found that okay. I'll speak to you soon.